Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel, I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to get out of debt and simplify our financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Well, hello and happy Friday. I hope that your week has been good so far. We are getting back into the swing of the school year here in the Simple House. My kids actually started this week, which is still wild to me because at least where I grew up on the East Coast, we didn't start school until after Labor Day. So it's wild to me that they start like halfway through August here, but it's nice for me actually because they're with them out of the house. My days at home are able to be a little bit more productive just from like cleaning and organizing. I always use the beginning of the school year to like really just get back into the swing of that routine because so much of my day during the summertime is devoted to like doing stuff with them and being out of the house and all that sort of stuff. So like because of that, I feel like my cleaning and organizing just kind of takes a back seat and I'm not as able to be as productive with those sorts of things. But when they're gone for most of the day, I can get more accomplished. I mean, everybody who is a parent can understand that. But because of that, like I'm still getting used to my routine and stuff. And I actually feel bad I have not replied to comments in quite some time. So I'm going to be like getting back into that. My schedule for this channel is just going to be a little bit more flexible as well. So that's nice for me. We are back into the swing of things here too after vacation. So today is our weekly check-in. For those of you who might be new to my channel, the weekly check-in is where we just kind of track all of the non-cash purchases from the last week and pay back the bank from my cash envelopes. So if I use the debit card for something that I cash stuff or cash pull for, the money has to go back into the bank so that we don't overdraw the account. And also this just kind of helps to make sure that we're staying in budget as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get you guys zoomed in on my expense tracking sheet here, and then we will do our weekly check-in. All right, so we are zoomed in here and I've managed to be able to keep my sad little candle in frame. We're definitely coming to the end of his life. There are 2 wicks in here and only one of them stays lit at this point. So he may even go out during this video, who knows? But I actually really liked this one. This one I got from Target and it is peppermint, tea tree, spearmint, and rosemary. So it's got a really nice fresh smell. And even though I have established that I am definitely a warm, spicy scent kind of person, in the summertime, if I do light a candle, which is rare, it's only usually when I film for you guys, but in the summertime, I like something like this. It's like really fresh and just smells like herbal and not quite floral, but not too herbal, because I don't want it to smell like the earth in my house. But anyway, I'm so going off on a tangent. But yeah, we are coming to the end of him. And then I'm still debating, like, should I light another like summer scented candle like this? Or should I dip into my fall stash of candles? I don't know. I'm definitely one of these people who I used to like rush the next season. Like I would be like, it needs to be fall when it's like July. But I'm trying to, as I get older, enjoy the season that I'm actually in. And especially in Texas, we get summer for so long that it's like, no, just enjoy it because it's sunshiny out and so beautiful. I mean, I know it's hot, but I don't mind the heat so much. And so like, maybe I'm answering my own question. Maybe the answer is light another summer scent. Anyways. All right. We are going to get into the expense tracking. If you are new to my channel, this expense tracker is on excuse me, it's in my Etsy shop. It is a single document. It is also part of my larger budget planner that I have available for print, but exciting stuff. I think I'm actually going to be able to have my digital budget planner available for you guys in my shop by September 1st. I don't want to for sure commit to that, but I am 90% sure that I'm going to be able to. I'm moving through it really quickly. I'm not rushing through it. I'm just moving through it quickly. And I'm so happy with how it's turning out, you guys. I'm really excited. And I know that so many of you like to be digital with certain things. And so I'm just hoping that you will enjoy it as much as I am. It's going to be a 12-month budget planner. And it's all going to be hyperlinked and all that kind of stuff. I'm so proud of it. I'm loving how it's turning out. But if you're a print girly like I am, I do have this available. I have my budget planner available in my shop as well. So do check out that link below in the description bar. But holy smokes. I mean, how many times have I said, no, we're going to get into it. We are officially getting into it. So first up, a debit purchase on the 12th. There's a big gap between this date and this date because I didn't do a weekly check-in last week because we had been on vacation. So that's why there's such a disparity here, but there is not disparity in my own personal budget binder, so budget planner. Okay, so it was a Kroger purchase, and it was groceries. And this is one I know for sure that I'm not going to be able to pay back to the bank because I did spend all of our grocery cash. So this ordinarily would have to be returned to the bank, but I'll show you guys how we go about if something like this happens. We just don't stuff as much the following week. And so I'll go, because there's going to be one other purchase that I have to do this for. And I'll show you guys how I go about doing that so that you can see that I'm not just all willy-nilly oh, this $8 doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. Every cent matters. Well, in our house, every cent matters, but definitely every dollar matters. For those of you who may not know, my husband literally tracks every cent. So I'm much less diligent, but I'm married to him. So this is just how we do it. Yeah. Sorry, I know I say a lot. I am fully aware of this. When I am editing my videos, I'm like, oh my gosh, I said again. I said again. It drives me crazy. I wish I could limit how often I say it. I'm really going to try. We'll see if I will succeed in this video. So here we go. Next up, we have a purchase from Ross. This was part of our back to school shopping. It was on the 14th. It was a debit purchase, and I got my kids sneakers for gym class. My kids grow so fast. Their foot grows so fast. So to give you some perspective, my son, who is not quite 12, when you're watching this video, he will be turning 12 tomorrow. He has a bigger foot than me. So I'm 5'10". For those of you who may not know, I'm 5'10". I wear a size 10 ladies shoe. So I am not a tiny person. My son's foot is bigger than mine. He is in a man's 9.5, and he's just 12 tomorrow. So that'll give you an idea of how quickly my kids grow. When I say they eat all of the food in my house, I am not joking. And I go through clothes and shoes with them really quickly too. So going to a place like Ross, this is not sponsored by them in any capacity, but going to a place like Ross where you can find high quality products, but for far less because they're a season or two behind, which do my kids care? I don't even care. I like what I like. I don't care if it's in season or not, or in fashion or whatever. I do like fashion, but I also like a lot of classic things. And so if it's not trendy at the time, I don't care. So our total with this, I'm going to cross out my category here, and there's a reason for that. The total with this was $66.70, but we're going to split this between two different categories. So it's going to come from our back to school category, and it's going to come from clothes. I didn't want to pull it entirely from clothes even though, I said again, even though it really could have come from clothes, but I like to split things whenever possible to just kind of offset the hit to one particular category of the budget. So if you're new to my channel, this is how I do this. I will cross out the category here, write the total so that I can reconcile this with my bank account. But then when I'm deciding which categories it actually pulls from, if it comes from more than one category, I break it down further here. So what we did with this one was for back to school, we did $33.70. So this will have to be paid back. It's going to be like $34. And then for clothes, we just did $33 even. And that also has to be paid back to the bank. So moving on to the next category, it was on the 14th. And I'm just going to say PayPal. And this is actually coming from my YouTube category. And it is $4.40. And this is also one, I don't have any money in this envelope right now. So when I go to stuff this, I'll just stuff it less, $4.40. So this is something that I will also be showing you guys how we do. This is like part of the explanation that I was saying up here, where I can show you how I make notes where I'm stuffing less for the next cash stuffing. Next up, the Holy Grail. It's back. Target. And there are going to be several Target purchases in this weekly check-in just because it's where we went for our back to school supplies. And of course, it's where I do some of my grocery shopping as well. So with this first one, there was a total of $123.21. I'm going to cross out the category because of course it's multiple. So this one, we've got a few. So it's going to be hers because I bought some candles. We all knew this was coming. It was $15 because I didn't buy them from the Chip and Joanna section because holy smokes, when I realized I knew that their section of Target was expensive. I just have never really connected the dots before because all summer I've been disciplining myself not to buy anything from them. So I haven't really had to grapple with the prices. But since I was looking at candles for some fall scented candles for my house, for the channel here, so that you guys have pretty candles to look at also, I was looking at some of their fall scented ones and I found scents that I like. I think it's the Threshold brand, just as much as, or if not more than the ones in the Chip and Joanna section. So I got two for $15. Then we had our Target category, which if you are unfamiliar, we earmark a certain amount of money every single month, or every week for groceries that we buy specifically from Target. And that was $45.36. And then back to school. I'll just write school because back to school is just, it's too much. $67.85. So Target does not have to be paid back. That money stays in the bank, but hers does and school does, back to school does. So that was that for that one. In the same exact day, and I'll tell you why I split these purchases up and it ended up not benefiting me at all. So I'm kind of annoyed, but also Target and also multiple categories. But the total for this one was $160.49. Am I in frame? Yes. Okay. So then this was just back to school again. Excuse me. And then household. So the reason why I split these purchases up was because every now and then in the Target Circle app, they'll offer this promotion where if you spend, like in my case, it was $150 4 different times. Excuse me, goodness gracious. I don't know what's going on with my voice today. You'll get a $60 essentially gift card in your app. And I was like, oh, I'll be able to do that. We've got back to school coming up, blah, blah, blah. So this purchase was actually up first. The $160.49, I split my purchases when we put everything on the conveyor. I split my purchases, and once it reached like 150, I was like, okay, we'll stop here and then we'll do the next batch in a second purchase. Well, we didn't get up. You see, 123.21. We didn't even get up to 150. And then I haven't spent $150 3 more times since then either. So it ended up just not even being worth it, but it's fine. So for school, back to school, it was $134.80. And then for household, it was $25.69. And both of these have to be paid back to the bank. I don't know what is going on with my voice. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. I sip my little cold brew there, see if that helps. Wet the voice box. All right. So next up was on the 15th, and it was also at Target. Oh my goodness. I told you there were going to be a bunch of them. I pulled this one from Family Fun because I got my kids a little treat from Starbucks as just like a, happy first day of school kind of thing. And it was $4.37. It does need to be paid back to the bank. And the reason why it was so cheap was because I had money on my Starbucks card, but then I used my Target Red card to pay for the rest of it. So if you were wondering, how in the world did you get something so cheap from Target for both of your kids? That's why. And then next up, we're going to have to switch sheets here, and I'm going to have to pull this on down. We have another Target, but this was like just my weekly grocery shopping. So it was on the 15th, Target, and multiple categories. And so we've got, the total here was $117.32. And the breakdown was toiletries, household, and Target. And we spent no, that's not right. Oh, it is. Look at that. $26.97 on toiletries. We did $20.36 from household, and then does that add up? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. $69.99 from Target. So toiletries has to be paid back and household has to be paid back, not Target. Again, that stays in our account. And then last up for today was on the 16th. It was an Amazon purchase, and it's part of my son's birthday present. So it's going to come from gifts. And it was $37.88, and that also needs to be paid back to the bank. So now that we have done that, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys back out. We will add all of this stuff up, figure out how much we're going to need to be pulling, and then yank that cash out. All right, so I've switched out my cold brew in favor of the cash tray because it just helps keep the cash organized. And I've also brought out my calculator because we all know math is not my strong suit and I always need it for these things. So what I'm going to do first, I always zoom you guys through this. I need to grab my other expense tracker as well. I am going to be adding up all of the purchases for cash that I need to pay back to the bank, so that we have a total at the end that we know that we're going to need. And then we will go ahead and pull the cash out. So like I said, I always speed you guys through this part. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right, so at the end of this, we're going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of $402. And I will explain the somewhere in the neighborhood of comment because, as I mentioned before, I know that we're a little bit shy on some of the categories, but that just means that I will, in lieu of pulling the total amount, I will just stuff less next week. So let's just hop into it, and then I'll show you guys how I go about doing that, because I don't know, maybe some of you are kind of confused about this process, and it'll help to see it displayed for you. So I always like to try to be as helpful as I possibly can, because not that long ago, I was new to zero-based budgeting and cash stuffing, and some of the processes that I would watch from other people would confuse me a little bit. And so I always feel like it's helpful if somebody goes into a little bit more of a thorough explanation. So let's get to it. I'm actually gonna pull that sheet back out because I like to try to start from the beginning if I can. So, oh, you know what? Straight off the bat, I know that this grocery purchase is going to, this one's not even being pulled. It didn't get added into our total though, so that's a good thing. So I won't have to subtract it. I did write it down, didn't I? That's not right. 402. Okay, I did. So this one's not gonna have to be subtracted from our total at the end, but I do wanna make a note. So, well, now instead of being interrupted by my children, I was interrupted by my husband who just walked in the door from a lunch that he had. Anyway, so this, if you are unfamiliar, is my monthly funding plan sheet. I use this once we figure out sort of how we are, because we budget from a monthly standpoint, and then we map out how we, based on our paychecks and when they come in, we map out how we are going to be cash stuffing every week, essentially. So every week we figure out, you know, how much money is going into each envelope by utilizing the monthly funding plan sheet that is in my shop. It's part of a bundle of 3 sheets of the monthly budget overview, the paycheck plan, and then this. And so if you're wondering if I use my own products, yes, I absolutely do. This is going to be part of my digital planner as well. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and go into groceries is always the first line item because food is important. And I'm going to go ahead and cross out $3.25. And I need to figure this math out because what did I say? So $7.74. So $3.25 minus $8 because we round up to the next dollar. So I'll be stuffing $3.17 when I do my next cash stuffing instead of $3.25. And that's how we do that sort of thing. If we've overspent one week and then need to figure out how to make that money work for the next week, we do stuff like this. We have no problem doing this. You may feel differently. It's your budget. This is mine. Do what works best for you. We're pretty confident in our ability to just kind of stay within the bounds from a monthly standpoint. So if we don't overspend in a month, we're okay with it mentally. Like if we overspend in a week, it's not that big of a deal. But as long as we don't go over for the month, that we are satisfied with that. So that's how we reconcile something like that, just in case you're wondering. And I have a different sheet like this. I use the same sheet for my Etsy and YouTube stuffings. So that $5 that needs to be paid back to YouTube, I will do this same process on my Etsy and YouTube funding sheet that I use this exact same thing for that as well. So I'll just reconcile that later off camera. Okay. Anyways, now that we've crossed that bridge, I'm going to just add up because I know I have a couple different back to school categories here. So school, right? School. Yeah. So it's going to be 34 plus 68 plus 135. And so that is 237. And that's actually in our holiday sinking funds. Let me put this off to the side. So 237 from back to school. Where did it go? Hold on, I have this. There we go. So 51, 50, 70, 90, right? 50, 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 230, 235, 240. So 235, 236, 237. So $5, $6, $7 left in back to school. But that's okay because we build this one up throughout the year as well. We don't just fund it, you know, before school starts. And also my son just came in and pulled $35 out of this one this morning because he needed to buy a gym uniform. I'm like, what is this? Can't I just send him in sweatpants and a t-shirt? Anyway, let me just double check this. So 50, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 235, 36, and 37. So that is that. 50s, 20s, 10s, 5, 1s. Good. All right. Man, that emptied that out, but that's okay. We're fine. Let me just cross off all these back to school. So back to school, back to school, back to school. And I don't think we had anything back here. No. Okay. So next up, we are pulling from clothes, and I think it's just one, if I recall correctly. Yes. So clothes, oh, I didn't snap that. Clothes are in high priority sinking funds, and what did I just say? It's going to be $33. I think it's more toward the back. Yes. So 33. So 20, 30, 1, 2, and 3. And so now we have 50, 100, 5, 10, 15, 16, and 17. 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. I need to move my coffee a little bit more. Okay. So that is, oh, no, I don't like that. I can't have that. And I know we've got more from high priority, so I'm just gonna stay in here and do that. So clothes, that's done. Let me pop into, okay, so household, and I think we have more than one household purchase. We do. So it's gonna be 26 and 21. Yes, I'm using my calculator for that. $47 from household. There we go. 10, 25, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Okay, so we're $5 shy, but that's okay. Because I'll just stuff it less next week. Oh my gosh, my tummy is rumbling. Okay, let me just go ahead and make a note. So it's gonna be 42 minus 5, and then I will pull in my monthly funding sheet here and pop over to household, and it will just get $10 this week. See, it just all works out. All right, so that is that, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, so that was that household and that household, and then we've got toiletries next, and I think there was just the one from toiletries. Yeah, right? Yeah, so $27 from toiletries. Five, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it leaves us $2 in toiletries. I needed to replenish our soaps. So it was like our bar soap that we use for showering and bathing, and then the hand soap that we use from, oh my gosh, and I was so upset. Okay, so the hand soap that we use all throughout our house and our little hand soap pumps, I have been able to find the brand that I use. It's called Everyone Soap, if you're interested. I'll see if I can find it and link it below for you guys. I have been able to find it at TJ Maxx for so long. And I went into 2 different TJ Maxxes this past week, and they have not had it. So I had to buy it. I didn't have to buy it full price because Whole Foods was having a sale on it. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get like a deeper discount. But I was still so bummed because it was like $3 more a bottle than I usually spend at TJ Maxx. So anyways, enough of that rant. But the reason I use this soap is because it's rated really well by the Environmental Working Group for just soaps that are not toxic for your skin. Anyways, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. I am so sorry, you guys. I do not know what's going on with like my throat and stuff. I don't feel sick, so knock on wood. All those gross back to school germs. Am I right? Okay. So that was our toiletries purchase. And then let's see, we just need to pop into low priority sinking funds because I have to pay back some monies from mine. Where did that go? I'm here. Okay. So $15 from me, and I'll just put in a 20 and take back a 5. So I am left with 20, 40, 60, 85, 95, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 105 left in my envelope. And let me cross that off. And I think that's it for this front sheet. Oh no, family fun, which is also in low priority. Oh, there we go. Hoping to write to it. When does that happen? And it's just $5 from this one. And now we have 10, 25, 26, and 27 left in family fun. So that, and then I think we just have one more. Gifts. Yes, and that is in our holiday sinking funds. And I'm pulling how much? So 38. By the way, in case you're wondering, so the purchase was $37.88. We rounded up, and then that extra change just gets saved as a buffer in our checking account, and my husband tracks all of that because he likes it. And also he just likes to make sure that we're that on top of our finances that he knows every cent. So anyways, so $38 I'm pulling out of gifts. So 20, 30, 5. I apologize if you can hear my stomach rumbling. It's out of control. And then 38. So we are left with 50, 70, 85 in gifts. And we actually did get him something else, but that is not going to show up until the next weekly check-in. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so where did that go? Oh, there it is. I was like, where's the 20? 20, 35, 36, 37, 38. All right. All right. I don't know why I'm like straightening it because I'm done. And I'm going to pull it all off and go ahead and give it a count. So actually now instead of 402, we are going to be looking for 397. So let me just make a note of that so that I don't forget while I'm counting. So here we go. 50, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 50, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. So $397. We did it, which is kind of incredible because, you know, I didn't do the weekly check-in video last week, and you'd be surprised at how easy it is to get out of your normal rhythm. So at least for me. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and, you know, leave me a little like and a comment. I love it. I love seeing you guys in the comments there. And then, yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. And then I will see you guys next Monday for a good old-fashioned cash stuffing. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you then. Bye, everyone.